Hey everybody, MattyNeu here, and I wanted to record a quick Facebook video here, something that was live to everybody, to cover a series that we're going over right now throughout these different social media profiles that are talking about keeping your lead embers hot. And another way that we can put this is there are a lot of people right now that are working very, very hard to get leads, that are working very hard to get in front of people, and it's how we keep those leads engaged and how we're keeping those people hot to get them to meet with you, whether that's safely in your office face-to-face or video over Zoom. There are a lot of people that are working extremely hard right now on their processes once they have a prospect and a lead that come in. I wanted to share with you the top 5 methods that I'm seeing right now during COVID that different financial advisors around the country are using successfully, right? I'm fortunate to work with a lot of financial advisors around America who are doing very, very well right now and who are putting in place a lot of different methods to keep these lead embers hot. So today I wanted to cover the top 5 ways that I am seeing right now successful financial advisors around America do that, and see if there is anything out of this that you can steal from. You can take this or you can lean into us if we can help you a little bit more here. So the first method that I want to suggest to you to keep your leads hot right now is to use video. Just like this, video, right? There are so many ways when you're dealing with a prospect, a potential client, that they want to see you. They want to experience you. They want to feel what you're about. And this is more important than ever here in the time of social distancing, right? So whether this is just a quick cell phone video that you want to text a prospect, we're seeing that work all around the country right now. Think about integrating that into your process. Something more than a canned video. Something more than a video that's polished up, that you've put all this production value into. Something that's candid, that's real, that you can send out to people. So think about right before somebody comes into your office, or right after you met with them virtually, how can you use video? How can you send something to them personally very quickly to get that message out to them? So that's the first way. The second way that I'm seeing people keep their leads very hot right now during COVID is using text messaging. Sounds simple, but I'm still amazed by how many financial advisors in America are not doing this, right? And so we all know email, and sometimes that can get lost. We all get hundreds of emails a day. Telephone calls are great, right? You can throw something in the mail to them, but at the end of the day, 99% of text messages get read. And if you want to connect with a prospect, I would make sure that you're reaching out to them and that you're getting them a quick text message. It doesn't have to be something long, 2 paragraphs with full punctuation. Hit them up in a text message just like you normally would with a text message, right? And so number 1, video. Number 2, text messaging is a way to make sure that your leads are staying hot right now during COVID. The third way that I would suggest is when you're making calls to prospects right now, you need to keep these lead embers hot by intentional wording, scripting. Right? So when you're picking up the telephone call, picking up the phone to make a telephone call to these people, make sure that it's not just off the cuff. And for sure, if you have staff members that are making a call, make sure that is not off the cuff. What I don't want you to do is have somebody pick up the phone and run through this pretty basic, generic, hey, we want to see you on our appointment tomorrow. We're looking forward to it. Do you have any questions? Right? Something that feels like it's kind of cold, what you would get from the dentist office before you go in. If you want to put an impression on somebody, on a lead that you've spent a lot of money and time and resources right now to get in front of, make sure that the words that are being used are intentional, right? That what you are saying and what your staff is saying is intentional. So very basic scripting, right? This is all we're talking about: an introduction sentence, 1 or 2 or 3 bullet points that you want them to say in a way that you would like them to warmly exit the call. Keeping lead embers or leads hot right now: video, text, get together some call scripts. Right, I've got 2 more for you that are working for America's most successful financial advisors right now. And these are going to be, maybe some higher level stuff. See if it's something that you want to challenge yourself to implement. But the 4th way that I would suggest is personal stories. Sharing something of yourself. And I'm seeing this done at amazingly successful levels around the country, but it takes a little bit of time. It's something that I personally have a passion for. I've helped plenty of the people that we work alongside develop a bit of their personal story, but this is something where you can come up with maybe a story of your past, how you grew up, or what money means to you. You could also come up with some things about ways that you've helped other clients. But what I would say is the more personal about you, the better. What we're looking for here is connection. We're looking for a way that this prospect, who socially distanced right now, or in the future, they can get together with you face to face, however, that they can make a connection with you, right? What story can you tell from your past? Maybe from when you were 8 years old, or something that your grandparents did for you, something your parents taught you about the value of hard work or money or dedication. Something that sticks in your mind, right, that you can then share of yourself, maybe even with a lumpy gift, maybe even with something that corresponds to that, and send that to your prospect somewhere in your drip process. Most of the time where I see this most successfully used is after you have your first initial conversation with somebody, so you get to know them and they get to know you. Then you can send out to them a little bit more of yourself, right? This small gesture of something that's in your background that would connect them with you. That is a huge piece to connecting with somebody during these days and making sure that that lead stays hot and they stay tied into you all the way through the sales process. So that was number 4. And the 5th way that I would say that I'm seeing financial advisors keep leads hot right now is to simply make sure that you have a process. That every single time you're not coming up with something off the cuff, or your staff's coming up with it off the cuff, or you don't have a process at all and it's something that's just stale, right? It's like a confirmation call or maybe one email, something that's very easily overlooked. Now, this process, there's only 4 mediums that you can really connect with somebody, right? You can call them, you can email them, you can text them, or you can mail them. It's just those 4 ways, right? Super simple. So you've got 4 ways that you can connect with these people. And then what I want to suggest is in those 4 ways, how much of that do you want to be personal and how much of that do you want to be pre-done, right? Because we can can up some of these videos or emails or texts, put it as part of a process every time, but you're going to lose people if you're just sending them pre-canned stuff over and over and over. What you're going to want to do is make sure that some of this is personal, right? If it's that quick 30-second text message that's in there, perfect, followed up by a standard email. So you got 4 ways to connect. Think of those 4 different mediums you can connect with somebody, and out of each one of those, which ones you want to be personal and which ones you want to be pre-done. And then also think of this, how much of this process that you would have somebody going through to keep this lead hot, how much of that do you want to be automated versus manual? We can automate a lot of this stuff through your database, right? We're using Salesforce. You might use Redtail or whatever you're using out there. We can automate plenty of this when you drop somebody in the top of the funnel. Ping, 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 ping. Some automated things happen, but also some of it's going to need to be manual, whether you're using a software program or simply spreadsheets and somebody in your office that's going through this, right? So we need to think through having a process, slowing down in this time while we all have a little bit more time, and being able to develop when that person raises their hand, that lead warms themselves up and says, yes, I'm interested in coming in to see you, then what does our process look like? What do we call them with? What do we email them, text them, mail them? And then again, how much of that is personal versus pre-done? How much of that is manual versus automated? We've got a lot of different processes that other financial advisors around the country use. So we can definitely send those over to you if you want to take a look at them, and you can work off of those and kind of make them your own. Or, you know, you can slow down enough right now and start from scratch and say, again, as soon as that person raises their hand, this is what we're going to do. Or after the first meeting, here's what we're going to do. So to recap, 5 ways that people are keeping their leads hot right now during COVID, making sure that they're getting the most that they can out of this time is first, video. Integrate video as much as you can. Second, text messaging, right? Make sure that's part of your process in there. 99% of them get read. Third, call scripts. If you're picking up the phone and calling somebody, make sure we're intentionally using wording in there. Fourth one is to share your story, a little bit of personal or connective tissue with this person. And if you can, a small gift around that would be fantastic, and it would be well received by that prospect on the other end of the UPS package. And the 5th way is develop a process. So if you can get video down, text messaging down, some call scripts, sharing connective tissue, a story of yourself and a process, I think you're going to see some more success here with these prospects, with these leads that are looking to come in and meet with you. And if there's anything else we can do to help out, you can check out the website MattyNeu.com. See a little bit more in there and request some more information, especially on the Keeping Your Lead Embers Hot series that we're doing right now. Or you can always personally reach into us and let us know where we might be able to help you out. Everybody have a good week and a great month here in August, and I'm sure we'll talk soon. Bye-bye.